just like viruses. And you don't think of it that way, but it's an organization. It uses energy. How? Because it infests a host. Us. I'm infested with that meme, thanks to Ludwig von Beethoven, and it used energy for me to spread that meme at the moment, and it replicated. Maybe one of you will go home. Mom, he said, "Bum bum bum bum" is a meme, so it spread like a virus, and so theoretically, it's a life form. By the way, we're defining it, right? Susan. She even gets a Wikipedia article for it, right? Oh, that's Richard Dawkins, who's. There's the book. It's quite old by our standard. What's it, 1990? 1999 publication. So memes by some are considered alive in the same way that maybe bacteria are, viruses, they go viral.
It's a social.
Yeah, but so interesting. Well, here's my solution to this dilemma that we're having. How do you know when a statement is true? And not something like, is a lover being true, or is this book true? I mean, there are other uses of the word true and truth and so on, but in the context of a true sentence, it has to be in a language, it has to be in a context. And that could get pretty complicated. So we might get into, say, a context where someone says, the barber of Seville shaves everybody who doesn't shave themselves. The barber of Seville shaves everybody What did you hear?
I heard shames and then shapes.
Who shaves the barber? This is one of the puzzles that Bertrand Russell ended up playing with. And what Bertrand Russell came up with was the theory of types. So when you look at the theory of types, you end up with statements that seem to contradict themselves. This statement is false. Is this statement false? Well, if it's false, then it's true, because it says this statement is false. So if it's false, then it's true. In which case, it's false because it's true. You get the idea, right? You can play with language in ways that make our careers possible, really. You can have a whole career based on solving goofy paradoxes and get paid by Oxford, for a lifetime and never solve them. So, think about it. Yeah, there's a career, for people. But what he came up with was a theory of types. That what you have is this statement cannot be self-referential. So there's meta statements talking about that. And then that can't be self-referential, so if necessary, we can have multiple statements so that, you know, the statements about that statement being true or false is not at the same type as the one that is causing all the problem. The only thing is, apparently this attempt at solution failed. There's all kinds of mathematicians and others demonstrated, no, that's wrong, it doesn't work, see, because you can do this. And it gets even worse because you end up with Gödel and his I'll go with this one. Because statements like axioms are statements, and so if I give you an axiom like 0 is a number, you can argue with it. How can I prove it? Well, but the trouble is in Peano's system, it has to be true, or the whole system falls apart, right? So it has to be true, but you can't prove the axioms in the system. So mathematics can't prove the axioms that you have to accept as true in order for you to do mathematics. Even I would think, another example, there are regulations in football. You know, you have to pass forward. You can't pass behind you, right? You can lateral. You can't pass behind you, right? Now the thing is, so everyone out on the field has to play by those rules. What if someone says, prove that's a rule? That's just dumb, right? Get out of my face. That's the or the ref, you know, red card. No, that's soccer. You know what I mean? You know, so you got rules. There's the rule book. This is how to conduct, you know, a board meeting. You know, you have to follow the rules of Rogers rules? No, Robert's rules. Right? And you think, why? As some of our assembly members have said, I don't want to follow Robert's rules. Fortunately, she's no longer in the assembly. She's now in our House of Representatives. So she got promoted for that, which is okay, I guess. That's fine. But yeah, so it does get complicated, but basically it's the solution for what a true statement is. And if we have a more complex statement, what you typically have to do is break them down into the simple statements that we're looking at to see everything in this set, there's nothing in this set, the E statement, the I statement, some of these are not, right? And that's what we're looking at when we do the thing about true or false. Yes?
Could you prove that mayonnaise is an instrument through that?
Could I prove that mayonnaise
Is an instrument, yes.
is an instrument?
Yep, is mayonnaise an instrument?
I would imagine you could use mayonnaise for certain things.
There's a YouTube video on that.
Someone went there. Okay, no, like I need the evidence. I need to see it.
It's an instrument?
Patrick thinks so.
Yeah, if it's a musical instrument, it must sound like, well,
Like a lot of plots, I guess.
okay. So, questions? How are we doing? Is this fun? Is it still fun?
I had fun.
Good questions. I'm glad you like it. Okay. Well, we have to end class, and we can't have, class again until Monday. So, I'm sorry about that.
Could we say that philosophy class ends at 12:31?
According to my, syllabus, which is my contract with you, it does.
So that's considered a true statement?
Yes.
Alaska Standard Time.
So, well, we're gonna have to get outside in like the next 45 minutes for that, for that second to be true.
Kind of noisy on that. And I'm gonna go upstairs and hang out. So if anybody wants to go up and continue chatting or whatever. I don't have a light. No, this is it.
I mean, yeah, well, my stuff.